everyone. I actually was in okay uh, state to do today's video, so I'm going to do it. I will keep it short, though. Talking gets a little uncomfortable after a while. I'm a little bit swollen, but it's not too bad. The world is much better, and I'm in less pain at this point now than I was when the tooth was in, so the world is a lot better. All right. So, write what you know. I want to talk about writing what you know because that's kind of what I'm doing with the cookbook and some of the other ideas that I'm playing with. One of the things that you'll get in creative writing courses, in if you take writing courses in college or university, is the idea to write what you know. Write about what you know about. And the reason that we say to do that is because when you're writing something you know about, it comes a lot more easy. Um, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not doing research because you still have to provide sources and such. Oops, sorry, my phone's making noise. Um, but you're still, you can usually find your resources a lot easier when you know what you're talking about. So, for instance, when I'm talking about cooking and I'm writing in my cookbook, um, the topic is one that I know a lot about. I've done a lot of cooking, and all of it is as an adult because I didn't actually learn how to cook at my mom's or my grandma's knee. My mom didn't cook very much, and so I learned on my own as an adult, and I take it upon myself to teach other people how to cook because I don't think anybody should have to learn the way I did, which was kind of depressing and stuff. And if I make slapping noises, it's because I have a bunny loose in my room and it's trying to dig through a cloth. So, hey, stop. Anyway, um, so the when you're writing about things that you know about, you have a better command and you write more smoothly. So for me, that would be writing about cooking, reenacting, and the vampire stuff because I've done research not just from I mean, I read Dracula and I read all the Anne Rice books and stuff, and I love them. But I did vampire role play. I've done historical research into vampire lore and things like that. So while I might not be a subject matter expert, I have a good idea of how to write about those things. And not just that, but from a fictional standpoint, I know enough about it to change it slightly so that it matches the tropes, but puts a new spin on it. And that gives some of my writing, hopefully, knock on wood, um, a more interesting turn because you might come into it reading and expecting, garlic to be a bad thing. And no, it's not. So it gives you a starting place too, which you might not otherwise have. Sorry, making sure Bunny is not eating my cords. Bunnies eating cords is a bad thing. Um, so the thing that I would tell you is to go out and decide what you want to write about. So with fiction, it's a little easier because it's fiction, so you can make it up as you go along. But I recommend you not just write about anything, but do not eat that. No. Sorry. She's a really cute bunny, but she's a really annoying little bunny right now. But she's running crazy around the house, which is good. So when you're writing fiction, do your world creating. I use something called World Anvil, and you can go in and you can do everything from put up maps and pictures of characters, and you can do character backgrounds, classes. It was originally designed for people making D&D campaigns, but it lends itself really, really well to world building from a writer's perspective, because I can go back and check, when did that happen in my timeline? Oh yeah, there it was. So that my timelines are internally consistent. So I don't refer to things happening at different times. When I went to write Bloodwater, of course, I'm referring back to things in the first book. I had to I had to figure out exactly how much time passed between the end of the first book and the beginning of the second book, and how that happened, because it makes a difference. It makes a difference about the time of year, about the weather that was going on, about, the buildings. So there's lots of things happening that I wanted to be internally consistent within my book and in my universe. And so World Anvil helps with that. But there are other things. I think Scribed or Scrivener both have world building capabilities in them. And there are other programs out there too. Go out and use the one that works the best for you. If you want to just do spreadsheets, you can do that. Have a book, write it all down, whatever works. There's even a couple of they're like physical books with hardcovers that have been put out. Again, they're for D&D campaigns, but there's nothing saying you can't use that kind of organizational thing to help you make your characters in your world for your book. The basic ideas are the same. The major difference is that you do all of the creative stuff for writing, whereas with D&D you have people to help you play out the other characters out. It's a fascinating process and it's a lot of fun. And going out and doing that lets you step into your world prepared. And that's the whole idea, is to be prepared and ready to go when it comes time to do your writing, which brings me back to write what you know. If you're writing nonfiction, whether it's a cookbook or a technical manual, or I have a friend who writes about motorcycles. Hi. When you're writing about something, in invigorated. It makes you light up and you get excited writing about it. And that is reflected when people read what you've written. And it's a wonderful thing. It lets people know that you know what you're talking about, and there's a life that just comes into your writing. And that's not something that you can replicate. So pick a topic, start there. If you're not sure what to write what you know. If you cook, write about cooking. If you're a scout leader, write about leadership skills. If you're a prepper, write about how to seal Mylar bags. Go out and find the thing which makes you excited, which you might teach to other people, for instance, and write about that. And it comes a lot easier. It doesn't mean that you can't branch out later, but what it means is it gives you a base to start from. And that's what you need, especially if you're dealing with writer's block or you're not sure how to start something. Having a place to start from is great. It gives you a ground floor to build on, and that's what you want. So, that's my Monday tip for everybody. Write what you know about and do what you can. I'm thrilled that people are commenting. Oh, and just because I can say it now, I'm so excited. So the typesetting is now complete. I have one last go through, but we did a minor go through on Saturday, and it's all uploaded. So now I'm just waiting for the cover. And wow, I'm so thrilled. I think this is going to be published in the next week. I'm hoping. It depends a bit on art. My artist was in a car accident, and so I don't want to rush her. Having been in car accidents, I can say, and having had loved ones in car accidents recently, you don't rush that. You have to take care of yourself first. But when she gets the cover art back to me, that will be out on the shelves within a week. I'm so stoked. It's finally done, and the cookbook is coming along. I'm feeling really up right now. So, yay! All right, guys, it's been almost 10 minutes. That's good enough. You've had enough, right? So, don't forget to subscribe. I love you all, And I'll talk to you next Monday, if not earlier. If there's major updates on the book, I'll let you know. And I love you all. Have a good week.